So we will continue with today's chapter, that is pericardium and triple Warmer. We know that a lot of concepts of PCM is very mysterious, and within this mystery, a deeper mystery is these two meridians, pericardium and triple Warmer. Pericardium is a yin meridian and triple Warmer is a yang meridian. And we will try to learn about these organs. There is little information on these two organs compared to other organs. With whatever books that I have referred, very little information is available. With whatever little information we have, we will try to understand that. So first is pericardium, and pericardium is the outer layer of the heart. See here in this figure you can see that there is heart, and the heart is covered by a layer, and this is true for all the organs. Every organ is covered by a layer. Okay, and this layer, for especially for the heart, is called pericardium. Okay, the outer layer of heart is called pericardium. Okay, now what is the work of the pericardium? Okay, pericardium protects heart from external pathogenic factors. Okay, like all the outer layers of the organs have a similar work, is to protect the organ which it is covering. Say we have like anything that we purchase in the market comes with a box or a wrapper. Say you have a chocolate and the chocolate comes in a wrapper. Okay, what is the work of the wrapper? Is to protect the chocolate from getting damaged or soiled or anything. So similarly, there is a packaging for all the organs, and those are for the packaging for the heart is called pericardium. Now in TCM, the heart is the emperor of the body, and the pericardium is its minister. In the hierarchy, first we see the king and then the ministers. They are the one who kind of advise the emperor, or the first line of interaction of the emperor. So heart is the emperor of the body and pericardium is its minister. Therefore, this is the second most important organ after the heart. So like it is a very important organ. The function of heart and pericardium is almost the same. Like as per TCM, whatever is the work doing, a similar function is being done by pericardium also. And if we see the meridians, both heart and the pericardium has 9 acupoints in the meridian. Like the number of points is same. So here we can see there is similarity, like some kind of substance to this statement. Okay, that both heart and pericardium are similar in its function. Pericardium has not been considered as a separate organ, but there is a separate meridian. So this is where we start seeing a lot of mysteries. What TCM says is pericardium is a not separate organ, but it has a meridian of its own. Like it is just a covering, but there is a meridian for the covering. It is not an organ. Like it is a very oversimplified statement what I am making. Okay, because there could be a lot of hidden meaning for pericardium which we do not know at this point of time, and we are only thinking that it is the covering. Okay, it may have a lot more details to it, but as of now this is what we know. Okay, so pericardium is not considered a separate organ, but there is a separate meridian for that organ. Okay, pericardium mostly affects the relationship of a person with others. So in mental problem cases, due to relationship of a person with other treatment, may be given to pericardium. See, we saw that heart has lot of influence over the mind, and the pericardium also has the influence over the mind, because what the heart is doing, similar work is done by pericardium. Now, there could be mental problems for many reasons. But the important work is, if there is a mental problem caused due to relationships, if there is some kind of friction in any relationship, say husband wife or mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, like any kind, child and parent, if there is any friction, and because of that friction, if there is a mental problem being caused, then we will have to give special attention to pericardium. Okay, so this is one of the things. Now, in original TCM, like it is more than 1000 to like around 2000 years old. Okay, when the TCM got started, there was no assignment to these meridians, pericardium and triple wormer. It was by itself. But as time progressed, okay, more and more people got involved into this. They studied it more. They experimented it. So based on the current, the what we can say is the based on the understanding of the modern day philosophers or experts. One is Mr. Park-Sewu. He equates pericardium to brain. Okay, in TCM, there is no separate brain. Okay, brain is not considered or as a separate organ, but it is a very vital organ, okay, that we all know. So what Professor Park-Sewu did is he equated pericardium to brain. Okay. And but Dr. Wohl of Germany equated pericardium to circulatory meridian. Manjula madam, could you please mute yourself? Okay. Dr. Wohl equated pericardium to circulatory meridian. Manjula madam, could you please mute yourself? Okay. Okay. So these are the informations that we know about pericardium. And as I told, it is quite mysterious. But one of the, out of that meridian, which has 9 points, the pericardium meridian, one point is used extensively in our treatments, which is pericardium 6. Like in many of the protocols, you will see that one particular point is used. Okay. And pericardium 5 is also used, but not as much as pericardium 6. So this is what we understand about pericardium. So any questions on this? Like this is a very short slide on pericardium. Any questions on this, please?
Which is the point, one point that is used?
Pardon?
In pericardium. Which is the one point that is used in pericardium?
Pericardium 6.
You said one particular point is used.
P6 is used extensively.
What for it is used?
For many reasons, like whenever there is angina pain, to sedate it, like depending on the different conditions, either it is stoned or sedated. But that is one point which is used very frequently.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, fine. So, and one more thing is between, say, the organ and the covering, there will be space and there will be fluid. Okay. Because just because it is there in this figure, I'm trying to say. So this fluid generally helps the organ with any, like it helps in many things. One is if there is any jerk movement, if the, like you jump from one place to another, you run or you fall, when a person does this, the internal organs, when it shakes, there should not be damage occurring to that organ. So there is an extra protective layer. So basically that organ is in that fluid, internal fluid kind of system. Okay, so that is why it protects the organ more. Okay, so okay, there is a question how pericardium and mental problems are related. See, for example, if there is a problem, okay, somebody is having a problem, and we know that brain is involved, in the sense when there is some problem in the heart, okay, the brain is also getting involved. But if the problem persists, the problem gets into the deeper levels, right? So it gets into the pericardium organ. That is what I have understood. So when there is a problem, heart is involved, and if the problem persists for a long time, then pericardium also gets involved. Okay, so this is my understanding of the organ. Does it answer your question, Revati madam?
I was thinking whether this pericardium has something to do with the brain system, which is handling our emotions and all that.
There may be. It is not clear at this point of time to me.
P6 is definitely working, and I have experienced the relief.
Mhm.
But how and heart and your emotions being related is it's a physical structure, and these are all metaphysical things.
Yes.
I was wondering how it is.
There is a very deep connection between these things, as I had discussed in the last sessions also. How and what is still, is the question
To
mark.
be correct.
Okay.
But it works, yeah.
It definitely works. It has worked for thousands of years to lakhs of crores of people. So it works. Okay, we haven't solved the mystery yet. Okay. So any other questions on this?
Can I answer this?
Yes,
Little
madam.
bit.
Please.
There was a study done, and these scientists in Germany did an experiment to see that when the soul leaves the body,
Mhm.
the weight of the body goes little less, and then they realized that the pericardium carries the soul. So when the soul left, the body lost few grams of weight immediately. So I will put a video if you all agree to see it. If you give me permission, sir, so that you all can see what actually happens with the pericardium, why it is so metaphysical and such a powerful power, muscle for the heart covering.
Okay, you can send it, madam. We will take a look at it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, fine. Okay, there are. Okay, P6 is also EOV point, also used for digestive disorders. Like there are many uses. Like no one point is particularly for one. Everything in the human body is multitasking, including the points. Like each point will have more than one function. So along with the heart related things, P6 may have other functions also. And we also have studied that mind resides in the heart. So it is related to the mind. Okay. The actual the layer exists physically. Yes, it is a physical layer that we have understood as of now, but we don't know the deeper meanings of it. Okay. So if there are no questions, I will go to the next chapter, which is triple warmer. So has the slide changed? Are you seeing the triple warmer or still pericardium?
Pericardium only. It has not
Pericardium?
yet changed.
Okay. It is changing on my computer. Here I don't see anything. Okay, I will stop sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it is visible now. Okay. So this is also another mysterious, I cannot say organ, but it has its own meridian. Okay. So the triple warmer, what does it mean physically? Or like as per the word, it says triple is 3, warmer is like 3 burners. It is also called triple burner. Means 3 in this human body. Whenever any organ performs a function, one of the outcome of that is the heat. Okay, say for example, you see an engine, the exhaust of an engine. If any vehicle is going, if you feel the exhaust, it is warm. That is the output of when any organ does any function. If you run a mixie for some time, you touch the outer surface and if you will feel that there is a heat. It is warm, right? So in that way, whenever any organ performs some function, one of the output or the result is that it gets warm. There is.
Your screen is gone black. There's no photo.
Is it for everyone?
No,
Yes, sir, we
it
can
is, yeah, we can visible, sir.
It's visible.
You
Okay.
are visible,
Now it's
sir.
okay.
Yes,
It's
sir.
okay now.
Intermittent.
Yes.
Okay.
Going
So
off and coming.
whenever any
Professor,
organ,
moment.
whenever any organ, I hope everything is clear now. Say for example, you rub your hand. So it means that there is some function being done and it generates warmth, right? Similarly, the organs inside the body, when they are performing their functions, it is generating warmth. Like all of these statements is my understanding. It is, I did not see it in there is no written documentation of this. I'm just trying to guess why the Chinese people have given these kind of descriptions. So what Chinese people have told is, okay, if we divide the human body into 3 sections, okay, here in this figure only the torso is being considered, but it also involves the head, arms and the legs, etc. Okay, so we can divide it into 3 sections and each section has a set of organs which provides warmth to that particular area. Okay, so and this segregation of warmth into different sections is called triple warmer, according to my understanding. Okay, so triple warmer has 3 divisions: upper, middle and lower warmer. Triple warmer controls the movement of various types of key at various stages of energy production. See, if you have to understand this, say you all would have seen, say a geyser, or in your house, if you are trying to boil some water, right? So what is happening? You are giving the heat from the bottom. But what happens is the water which is in touch with the bottom of the vessel, that is the one which gets heated up. But the one which is on the top would have not got heated first. Okay, what happens? This hot water rises up and the cool water comes down and this gets heated up. This rises up and the layer above. So this kind of movement of water happens. I am sure many of you would have done these experiments, etc. Right? So whenever you heat the water, all the entire water is not getting heated properly, means at the same time. It is this rotation which I gave the example of. If you see any of your
This is sorry, Krishnamurti, you mean convection current? Are you talking
yes,
about
madam,
convection current?
Yes,
Okay. Thank you.
welcome. And if you see it in your geysers and all, you can easily make out the hot, like there is cold water coming in and hot water which is going out. The entry for the cold water will be on the lower edge and the exit for the hot water will be on the top. Okay, because the hot water rises and every time the water comes out of the geyser, it will be the most hot water within that geyser. Now this kind of movement, like inside the body also, the energy, the key has to move, right? Now you can think in this way. Okay, now triple warmer controls the movement of various types of key at various stages of energy production. Each organ is producing its energy, and based on the warmth, they are circulating within the body. And what different, once again, the same philosophers thought about this triple warmer is Professor Park-Jae-woo considered this to be spine, because it is spine is going through the entire body and we have the entire body covered by the triple warmer, like both the upper, like all the three, upper, middle and lower warmer. And now what Dr. Wohl of Germany, he equated triple warmer to endocrine meridian. If you see all the endocrine glands, they are in one sequence in near the spine. Okay, so Dr. Wall considered it to be an endocrine meridian. Like there is some correlation between these two, right? Spine and endocrine glands are very close to each other. Okay. Now, according to Yellow Emperor classics, triple warmer is official in charge of the irrigation and it controls the water passage. It is like an irrigation system. They have equated, the Yellow Emperor has equated it to like a irrigation channel, and it controls the water passage. Like from dams, there will be irrigation channels which will be flowing into different directions, and there will be some kind of control mechanism. Okay, when water should take which direction, etc. That control mechanism will be there. So the Yellow Emperors thought this triple warmer is like an irrigation system and it controls the water passage. Like three different people have thought these three in three different ways about the same triple warmer, right? So you can understand the kind of mystery behind it. Okay, so like the more research is done on this, the more work is done on this, we will be able to understand it better. I wanted to kind of give an insight on how people may have come up with these things. See, there are two things. One is logic and other one is intuition. So what is the difference between logic and intuition? Anybody wants to take a make an attempt? What is the difference between logic and intuition?
Logic is more methodical explanation in realistic terms, while intuition is more of the higher functions of the mind, where it is an idea comes into the mind and then they express it without necessarily giving proof.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Yes, right, man. Okay. logic can be explained, intuition cannot be explained. Is that logic is mental thinking? Okay. See, logic, what I understand is logic is sequential. Okay, step one, after step one, step two,
Yes.
next step three. This is how step one influences step two influences step three. Like it is sequential logic. But intuition is, for some reason, from step one, you directly jump to step 10. You kind of, what do you say, kind of merge all those inter-between steps or ignore. I cannot say ignore, it is bypass and come to the result directly. Okay, so
Conclusion.
and it is,
It's a point function. It's a point
it is
function.
a point
Intuition.
function, it is higher function. You can see it in
Ah.
any way. See, even a lot of in our
Whereas logic
ancient
is
scriptures- Sir, yes,
logic is path function.
logic is,
Logic is path function. Intuition is point function.
okay, logic is path function and intuition is point function. In that way also
Point function.
we bypass
This is
many
what you have
steps
studied in
and
physics.
we are
Physics
able
also.
to correlate to the final step. And many of the scientific, like in our ancient scriptures, which is mentioned, they have this intuitive power to somehow come to the final step without explaining all the intermediary steps. And similarly, the Chinese have come up with this organ explanations in an intuitive way, and they have told this is how it functions, and but we don't know all the intermediary steps. Okay, but as I was mentioning, the more we get into the research part, we may be able to figure out the intermediary steps. Okay, so like these are the three things, three warmers. But each of the warmers are assigned to different organs. Like here also, there is no commonality in understanding. Different textbooks give different organs, which of them are part of it. Okay, so but I have taken one of the texts, which is from our Sansthan. Like this is from Treatise 7, and this is from a different, the picture is from a different source. See what the upper warmer is, from the head to diaphragm. So it includes the head also. In head to diaphragm is the upper warmer, and it includes these organs: heart, lungs, pericardium, throat, head, and the upper arm. The arm is divided into three sections, three parts. The upper part of the upper 1/3 is part of upper warmer. Okay, and what is the middle warmer containing? Middle warmer is from diaphragm to umbilicus, nabi. Okay, and this includes stomach, spleen, gallbladder, and middle part of the arm. And what is the lower part doing? The lower part is from the umbilical to below. Anything below umbilical is lower warmer, and this includes small intestine, liver, kidney, large intestine, small intestine, urinary bladder, lower 1/3 of the arm, and the lower extremities, that is the leg, etc. Okay, so this is how the different organs function. This is the segregation of different organs as per three different burners. And as I told, there is some differences between different people who have written different texts. So one thing here that we will have to understand is, see here, the word that they have used, upper burner, is correlated with mist, and the middle burner is correlated with foam, and the lower burner is correlated with swarm. What does it mean? Is we will try to understand this. So when we were learning about lungs, I had told about this picture. Like it is like a misty spray. Okay, please keep this word in your mind. It is important. Okay, So if we see this, the upper warmer is associated with the word mist. What does how does food comes and the spleen takes the essence of it, means the whatever is absorbed from the digestive tract, and then sends to the lungs. Because there is pressure in the lungs, that nutritive key is converted into defensive key and it is spread under the skin throughout the body as a spray. That is what we had learned in the lungs. So what the Chinese people have told is, that is why the upper warmer is mist, because the lungs is spraying, there is pressure and some liquid comes into that pressure, and because of that it gets sprayed just like this. There is liquid, what is there is inside is liquid, but it is pressurized. When it comes out as a spray, mist. And the middle warmer is froth or a bubbling pool. Okay. So if we see the stomach, bubbling pool is like this. Okay. If we see the stomach, there is concentrated acid. It is the Jataragni, right? The one which is bubbling, the pool. So whenever some food goes into it, okay, it turns to be frothy. That is how I am able to correlate. Okay, the middle burner is bubbling pool because the middle burner contains the stomach and the content of the stomach is very acidic. So this is the froth, the middle warmer. And what is the lower warmer? Lower warmer is the swamp or the drainage ditch. So we have the excretory functions in the lower warmer, that is the large intestine and the urinary bladder. Okay. All the excretionary or the drainage of the human body is in the lower warmer. That is why they have equated the lower warmer to the swamp or the drainage ditch. Okay. So this is the different association of different warmer to different forms of, how can I say, the energy which is in the body. Okay. So this concludes the triple warmer. So any questions? We have about 2 minutes, like 3 minutes left. Once it ends, we will rejoin. So any questions on triple warmer?
Can you just put the
For
previous
the
lost the internet connection in between?
Pardon?
Can you please put the previous slide? I lost the connection in between. I just wanted to.
You lost the connection. You want this slide?
Previous slide.
The previous. Okay. It is. I think it is. It will take time. I'm not sure why it is taking time to show up. In my laptop, it is. I'll stop and reshare.
hello,
Yes, sir.
hello.
Yes, sir.
Where does the heat for the triple warmer to function? Where does the heat come from?
See, it comes.
Where it is the
As
warmth?
per my understanding, what I'm telling is, anytime any organ performs its function, the heat gets generated. The heart is pumping. It is not only sending the blood, it is also generating the warmth. Right? In that way, every function.
Or is it mainly from this small intestine? Or is it mainly from the small intestine?
It is, we cannot say mainly.
Can I answer that?
Yes, madam. Please.
Krishnamurthy?
Yes.
See, every cell as it's undergoing metabolic activity produces heat. What is ATP? ATP is a kind of a metabolic function which produces energy. When you have energy production, there's always production of heat, like Krishnamurthy said. So even at the cell level, we are producing heat. So every cell, every organ, as it is functioning, when it's alive, one of the fundamental things that it produces is heat. So that is the reason why they call this, it's a very esoteric, very extremely higher function of the body that they have explained. So all the three areas, the three functioning of the various organs. And only thing is, like in the upper warmer, the function is more light. It's associated with air. So you have the mist. Then the lower warmer, you have got much more bubbling, much more liquid oriented, because it includes stomach, intestines, and things like that. While the lower warmer, as you see it, though it has these intestines, they're more absorptive. And so they call it, they're kind of getting more concentrated, because all the good is being absorbed, and the rest of it. From what, this is my explanation. This is not written anyway. So this is how I'm understanding it, my concept. And when it comes to the lower part, everything is getting concentrated, all the Sara, all the, okay.
Yeah, ma'am, please continue.
So how many have joined? I have no idea. Yeah. Now with the last, as I told you, it is getting concentrated. All the best is being absorbed and sent back. And so the lower warmer becomes a drainage dish. Drainage dish means something that is to be got rid of, swamp. It becomes concentrated and it is going to be discarded. So that's how I'm interpreting what you have said. Very beautifully, you led the queue, Krishnamurti. So I was forced to think this way. I don't know if the others agree. Every cell.
This is a
fundamentally-
beautiful explanation. The best. Very, very well
Thank
put.
you. Thank you, sweetie.
Uh,
But what I
that-
feel was every cell forms that. It's a question, sir. You asked that question. Where does the heat come from, right? So the heat comes
yes.
from cell undergoing a metabolic function. You see, we're not comparing ourselves to cold-blooded animals. We're all warm-blooded animals. So our blood is always warm. How is it warm? The flow of it, and the energy that it carries, the cellular level at which we are undergoing metabolic functions. That's why I looked at it. Hope it satisfies others.
That means the heat
Thank
is
you, ma'am.
produced all over the body through the cells.
No, every cell in your body. Believe me,
By the
whatever it is,
metabolic
every
action.
cell. Yes, sir. You will look at it when you're looking at the functions of the cell. Mitochondria, the powerhouse. It is producing energy, ATP. That energy is produced. When the energy is produced, a byproduct happens to be heat. And when you have
Okay, thank you.
enzymatic function, when it acts upon its substrate, there is production of heat. For those
Sir,
who are in the chemistry, you would know.
also when you go for a sport outside, then that heat generates sweat, because that's the powerhouse is generating the heat.
Absolutely.
And that is one of the reason, like when if somebody is dead or alive, to check that they touch and see the warmth, right? If a person is alive, it means that their body will be warm. And
Fundamentally, circulation will stop.
yeah,
Circulation will stop, but it takes time. Krishnamurti, that is what before the body starts cooling. No, when the circulation is stopped, there is a period of time. So
yes,
once this body starts cooling, each cell shuts off,
yes,
and then you will have rigor mortis. That means the body starts getting stiff.
yes.
So for the body to remain functional, if the blood in it, you have to have the body has to maintain. It takes a couple of hours. It takes at least 4 to 5 hours for the body to cool completely.
Yes, yes. There are some
That
statements.
means the warmest part.
Yeah, sir, go
Hello?
ahead.
That means the warmest part of the triple warmer is the middle triple warmer, isn't it? The warmest part of the warmest part.
I think every warmer has its own function. Every warmer has its own function in different areas. Only its expression is coming out as mist and as more liquid form in the center, where your stomach is what should say, fermenting and rotting and dissolving. So it's more liquid form in there, and then last of all, it's getting more concentrated and excreted.
A lot of
So
acid.
that's the way they. I'm finding an explanation for the Chinese. I've not seen it anywhere. In my own understanding, I thought this was a good explanation for myself.
And also, some people are asking, say, kidney produces the warmth, isn't it? That is the question that Venugopal sir is asking. And if we have to see where the maximum heat is, say, when you heat, imagine you are cooking. Okay, so heat is given from the bottom, right? And the heat, the
Yes.
flame rises up. right? So kidney is in the bottom, just like a vessel. We can think, because many like we know that the kidney gives the warmth. Yeah, kidney yang is the mother of all the yang. That is what we have learned, right? So how do we understand this statement? Is kidney is on the lower side, on the lower warmer, and it is giving the heat to the body, which is like a container. And because if you start seeing, if you also see the Sujok methodology of Dr. Park Zewu, he has given the next stage of heat as hotness. Hotness is at the top of the chain. So whenever there is a flame, the top part is on the you touch the heat. So when there is a flame, that is heat. But if you go above the flame, still there is a lot of warmth. That is hotness. And he has correlated that the hotness is at the top of the body. In that way also we can see the highest form of heat. The entire body needs to be hot, because each burner heat is still moving upwards. The lower warmers heat is moving up, middle warmer, higher warmer, upper warmers, and probably it will come and collect towards the head part, which Park Zewu sir has told it as hotness. Okay. Make sense?
Yeah, one more thing I was thinking of. Normally, the body throughout is not of the same temperature. Like if you see the yin and yang, the lower part is colder and the upper part is warmer. So this triple warmer, the way I understand, it is kind of balancing the temperature in all the three zones so that each function can happen at its optimal level. Now, all the reproductive organs don't need so much of warmth. All the it can get damaged. So the cooler part is the lower region, and the heart, the lungs don't need any moisture. It has to be dry, and our chakras also, according to that, the heat and hotness, everything is on top. So
Yes, ma'am.
that's one more way of understanding
Makes
triple warmer.
complete sense.
Thank you.
Thank you. So any other questions on this?
Actually, it is the circulation that maintains it. Like you said, the convection currents in a liquid. So this is not really liquid, mostly solid organs and things like that. So it is the circulation of blood. And the fundamental requirement of that is the upper warmer, the heart. It starts it, probably goes down. And then, like you say, we can't measure the heat of the kidneys because they're right at the back. And they're surrounded by a lot of fat, for cushioning. So really, whether each individual organ temperature has not been evaluated ever anywhere. For whatever reasons, it's not been evaluated. But like you said, it may be, it's circulating, maybe the circulation starts from the heart, goes down and everywhere. And as for the low warmer, I beg to differ that if you take the peritoneal temperature, I'm sure it is the same as elsewhere. Because this is what is called a hemostatic function. Wherever the temperature is, in hemostasis, it maintains the same anywhere and everywhere in the body, except the external areas of the body, which are facing this, like the skin. Except for the skin, all the internal organs will have similar temperature because of the circulatory, passage.
Now, how does upper warmer and mist correlated?
No, mist because of air. It is air, air is coming in. It is warmed by in the nose. It is warmed by the nose. The air is warmed before it goes down into the pharynx and down to the larynx and into the lungs. So it is becoming warm.
Water vapor.
Yeah, water vapor. Water vapor is also being added in the lungs from the water, and there is also circulation, very close, intimate circulation. But the basic function is exchange of gases. So exchange of gases will naturally make whatever is coming out. There is water vapor being breathed out. We breathe up to about 800 ml, some 400 to 800 ml through breath also. So the water vapor is actually added inside, and what's coming out is like mist. Is like mist. Actually, if you see
that water vapor comes out from the blood.
Yes, sir. No, breath. Your breath. Your breathing itself.
Breath. No.
Apart from the exchanges
it is
in the
taken
blood, yeah, it comes out as water vapor in your breath. It's
But
imperceptible.
stomach
You do
also
not
has
realize.
heat in it, right? Other than the Sahasrara chakra, there is something called solar plexus, which represents the stomach region, which
Yes.
we call, there should be
Voice is fading, ma'am.
Your voice is
So,
breaking, madam.
even
Ragamani.
stomach should have Agni, right? Along with
Of course, the stomach has Jatragni. If you look at the Ayurvedic concept, Jatragni, definitely it is the fire of the, that is the place. Without that, you cannot have initial digestion and breakdown of certain the food into smaller molecules. So that is the place. Jatragni is a very important. The main Agni function is at the stomach area in the what they call the Manipura chakra.
correct.
Any other questions on this? Okay. Okay, so we still
But
have
like
time.
you said, the distinction with the spine and the brain, I'm not able to find any. If I find any connection, I'll let you know. But I'm still not able to. I've just taken it. I've taken it for sure that it is considered as spine as well as the brain. I've
Yes.
taken it as the gospel truth, an intuitive truth. Intermediary cannot explain, so let's accept it as an intuitive truth.
Yes, as of now, we will have to accept it as it is. And okay, so any other questions anybody has on these topics or any of the past topics? Okay, Shanti madam is telling, I think triple warmer is used as temperature control meridian. Yeah, that is what we were discussing. Like 3 different warmers.
That is why it is associated with endocrine. Warm has Walls has put it along with the endocrines, which ensure your homeostasis in the body of various metabolic functions. Please remember. So the entire functionality of the body is based upon mainly the endocrines. Like even Archana Dubey madam once told, the 3 important functions in the body. One is nervous system, the other one is endocrines, and what was the third one? Something I forgot that. I'm sorry, I forgot what. So these are the very important systems, and it's almost equivalent. Endocrine is almost equal to the nervous system. So it's got a very important thing. So that is the reason why even Walls, Walls has given this an endocrine. Function. So you have not only its association with body warmth and brain and spine. It has got another function very, very strongly associated with the endocrines. Because again, triple warmer, like I said, at the basic level of the cell, it ensures that metabolic function, and that metabolic function is finally tuned with the brain. Even Agarwalji keeps on talking about it. Then he says the brain spine. Every time you do treatment, you must always think of the brain spine axis, because all the neurological functions, whether autonomic or peripheral nervous system, is all done through this. So, and all the organs are again intimately related with the autonomic nervous system. It's actually, as I'm teaching now BHP, I'm beginning to appreciate much more of the sync between the various systems in our own body, and at this right from the micro level to the macro level. Because I'm reading up once again with a background of TCM or a background of Ayurvedic acupressure, and I'm really thrilled. Sometimes I find very, very esoteric connections. I think we should all think like that also. And I appreciate Krishnamurthy so much for bringing his engineering skills to explain mechanically. We talked about step-by-step appreciation. He's talking about logical functions. He's beautifully putting it forward.
And his
Thank you.
presentation is so unusual. His beautiful pictures he digs out and gives us so much information. Very much. Thank you, Krishnamurthy, again.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And Shanti, Bindu madam is asking, is it excretory system? Yes, the lower warmer is excretory. Like all the excretory, large intestine, urinary bladder is there. So, okay. Fine. If there are no questions, so we can take up the questions for your semester exams. If anybody has any questions on the, just one moment. Just a moment.